What's up, people? There's so many stories out about this Botham John Amber Guyger's situation, but there's just something I kind of wanted to touch on. And what it was when I was looking at the witnesses, the two sisters that live downstairs, when I was looking at their video, one thing I noticed is how bright that hallway was. That is a bright hallway. So, upon doing a little more investigation, what it seems to me is like there's an overhead light either near or right there above each door. And that got me thinking, because even though we all know Amber's story is a bunch of bullshit, but even if her story, or even if the Dallas police wanted to believe her story, or the Texas Rangers, there's still a hole in it. And that hole is, okay, you're walking up to a door that you find ajar, thinking it's your apartment. So, especially, she's a 4-year cop. Been on the force for 4 years. So if you're walking up to a door that's ajar and you thinking there's an intruder in your apartment, you're gonna start acting defensively. What I mean by that is, the first thing you're gonna do when you open up that door, you're gonna open up that door as wide as you can so you can see as much as you can inside, because you don't want to go into a dark place. And she didn't say nothing about going into the apartment and closing the door behind her. So as a cop, you're going to prop that door open as wide as you can so you can see inside that room as much as possible. So you have the light coming in from the hallway and the light being illuminated from the TV inside Botham John's apartment. Because they said he was watching a football game, eating cereal. So even if he had all the lights in the apartment cut off and just the TV on, there's still some light that's going to illuminate from that TV, especially for her to see his silhouette. Now, with that being said, she also said that she gave verbal commands. All right, let's say she gave 2 verbal commands. Stop where you are, freeze, get on the ground, whatever they may be. Let's say she did a minimum of 2 verbal commands and then shot. You mean to tell me that as a trained officer, by the time you open that door, prop that door open, because you want as much light in that room as possible, pulled out your gun, gave at least 2 verbal commands, but did not notice that nothing in here was your shit until you cut the light on? Like, there is no way that apartment could have been that dark, even with him just having the TV on and her propping the door open. There's no way that room could have been that dark that you did not see that nothing in there was recognizable to you until you cut the light on. As a trained officer, you will prop that door open as wide as possible to get as much light in there as possible so you can see the situation you're about to step into. And it never fucking dawned on you that you was in the wrong apartment? That ain't nothing in there your shit? How? Even if it was a span of 3 to 5 seconds, I am quite sure that they're, even though they live just above each other, but I'm quite sure that their possessions and the placement of their possessions inside the apartment is radically different, to the point where once you step inside, and even if he didn't have the TV on, even if just coming from the hallway light, at least 1/4 of that room would have had to been illuminated. And all you need is 1/4 to know, wait a minute, ain't none of this my shit. So as a 4-year cop, you're letting as much light in that room as possible. And it never dawned on you that you don't recognize nothing in here? That's some bullshit. That's some